I bought a couple more tamales from the tamale lady this morning. These are the tamales jarochos, and they have banana leaves wrapped. And I'm going to take a look at them. If you ever buy tamales on the street and you don't have a place to eat, I would recommend possibly getting a torta. I don't know if they do that everywhere, but here in Puebla, they sell tamales in tortas, which is a sandwich. This looks like it's a green tamal. Yeah, it's got a little bit of green, a little bit of chicken in it. See? Very nice. The reason I say that it's recommended to buy a tamale in a torta is because, especially if you buy the jarochos, these banana peels are very slippery. So if you try to eat it while walking on the street, if you don't have a plate, if they don't have plates or don't give you one, they can slip out of your hands or slip out of this banana leaf very easily. While I try this tamale out, which I'm not going to eat on camera because that's not my gig. Plenty of people eating on camera. I don't think I need to try to break into that space. It is delicious though, quite delicious. Bitcoin broke $80,000 this morning, which is a significant milestone. I don't know how everybody feels about Bitcoin, how much people understand, how much people have researched it, but two sources I recommend for Bitcoin understanding. One is a fairly easy to read and short book, but provides profound insight, is called Layered Money by Nick Bhatia, and it's spelled Nikbhatia. And he does a fantastic job of describing how the money systems work, all the different layers of money and paper instruments, etc. The other source I recommend is an essay called Bitcoin is Time by a fellow named Dergigi. And you can see that at dergigi.com. It's really a very metaphysical essay on time and money and what is actually happening when we create a system of value that cannot be cooked after the fact, like cooking books, which is a record of something happened. You can go back and alter the past, and the falsification of the future. You can't front run in Bitcoin because of the way that it's set up with its cryptography and the Bitcoin mining and reward system. In the first clip, you may have noticed that there were two tamales. This here is the second one, and I'm going to unwrap it to see if it's another green or if it's a red. Things are slippery. Here we go. Huh? It's red, yay. I was hoping it would be red. Look at that. That's how big the banana leaf is they wrap these things in. And that's not all. There's another piece. Another piece. And wait. Oh, this is a piece of hoja santa. I've heard about that. They take this leaf here. I don't know if you can see this. A little piece of leaf there is called hoja santa. And it gives a nice flavor through the steam to the tamale. Not bad. I said I wasn't going to eat on video, but I can't help myself. Very interesting flavor, or a little minty, I don't know, lemon balm, something like that. As far as Bitcoin goes, if you think Bitcoin is a bunch of crap, or if you lump Bitcoin in with crypto, but you're still interested and your ego is flexible enough for you to conceive of the possibility that you might need to educate yourself a little more about Bitcoin, then please do so. I've left a couple links in the video, which you saw, and I really recommend the Bitcoin is Time essay because it really gives a different perspective on what's actually happening. And also the book is very instructive as well. One thing I think people fail to realize when they think about Bitcoin is this idea that it has no value. And the example is that unlike gold and silver, which have intrinsic value because they exist, Bitcoin is nothing. The way I like to think of Bitcoin, and I can't remember where this idea came from, is that Bitcoin is like a bunch of suitcases in the luggage room at the train station. The Bitcoin address is the tag that is on the suitcase. So when you're moving Bitcoin, I don't know if I use those quotes right, but if you're moving Bitcoin, you're not actually moving anything. All you are doing is taking the address, which would be the equivalent of the tag on a suitcase, and giving the permission to somebody else to put their tag on the suitcase. So Bitcoin doesn't move anywhere. It's just on the blockchain, and the tags are what the Bitcoin addresses are. So if I pay you in Bitcoin, all I'm doing is saying, this address, this tag on this luggage, I'm taking this tag off of this suitcase and I'm putting it on that suitcase. That's all it is. It takes a good 100 hours of research to fully comprehend all the facets of Bitcoin and what's happening. So if you haven't put in the time, you probably shouldn't have too solid of an opinion on Bitcoin. So that's all I got to say about that. I'm going to eat this tamale now. But I'm not going to do it in front of you. Bye.